welcome to Boardgames with Niramas. I'm Joseph and I'm here today with Drako, of course. And we are so excited because we're going to Essen Spiel in just 10 days or so. And it's like this time of year, I think it's even more exciting than Christmas for me these days. Wow, it's so cool. Meeting all the people, playing new games, trying out new games, just seeing what is released, because there are probably going to be some surprises, except for those that I know about, that's on the geek list. I have used the Board Game Geek preview list, or whatever it's called, Essen Preview, a lot, and I can recommend that. If you haven't checked it out, you can find the link down in the description to that one, so you can mark like which games you're interested in and so on. And there's like over 1,000 games being released, so that's insane. And I actually gone through most of them at least a little bit. Well, some of them are like German edition or Korean edition or whatever, then I just skipped over. But yeah, so many cool games, and it's been really hard to pick out just 10 games for this list. And tomorrow there will be top 10 expansions video coming as well, where I anticipate the top 10 expansions. And I'm almost, just like last year, I'm almost more excited for that. I guess it has to do with, a game that I already know and love, and it's an expansion coming, then that makes me more exciting than a new game that I might like. I don't know. There's a lot of guessing going on here, of course, because there are limited information on some of these games. But I will also say that we are going to be there for 5 days this year instead of 3, so it's almost the double amount, which is amazing. And if you see me in the crowd, I will wear my Drako shirt and all that, big Drako on the back, just come up and say hi. It's just fun to meet the viewers and just say hi. Also on the Friday, the 25th at Atlantic Hotel, which is just next to the actual fair, at 7 p.m. there will be a game night for Board Games with Niramas. You will get to try some new games, and especially Drako's Adventure, of course, the game that's just being released, my own game, which is so exciting. So come by and say hi, try out some games, have fun, meet new people. You're all welcome at Friday the 25th. But now let's get into the actual list and start with number 10. So number 10 is a game called Maracaibo. Maracaibo. I'm not really sure about how to pronounce this, but anyhow, this is a game designed by Alexander Pfister, and just that got my attention. He's made such good games before. It's from 1 to 4 players. Also interesting. I do like solo games, or so being able to play a game solo. And this is, from what I understand, there's not that much information on it. It's like that. This is it basically, and then you can find some, in the forums and all that. But yeah, it's not that much out. There's some German video, but it's what it says here is you sail around in the Caribbean, you do actions, you have a hand of cards, and you manage that hand, which is something I like. Hand management is one of my favorite mechanisms in a board game. And then you probably do actions to get points. That's my guess. But there's also a little note here about a sort of story. Quest mode. That sounds fun. That's something that we haven't seen, I think. We haven't seen from Pfister. Well, we did see it, I think, in one of those smaller games. I can't recall the name right now. But yeah, it's going to be exciting. Maracaibo, I guess it's pronounced like that. And yeah, I'm excited for this. That's why it's my number 10. Now let's head to number 9. So number 9 is a game called Labrie, a nice cup of tea. Just the name is amazing, right? And I do like the picture as well. It looks cool. This is a worker placement game. It's sort of it's like economical farming. It sounds like a really some kind of standard Eurish. Gather resources and make tea. And probably sell the tea to get points. And that's all good, right? It's from the same sort of family of games. It says here, like Snowdonia, which is a really cool game. And I think there's a lot of interesting things in this game. It's kind of hard to put it into words. But if you read about it here on Board Game Geek, let's see if we can come back here. I like the theme, sort of. It's a different theme. It's not building castles. Nothing wrong about building castles. But anyhow, we have some economic farming. Trains kind of scares me a little bit. I'm not a big fan of trains in games, but I hope it's not too big of it. And it seems like there's going to be like a solo mode as well, because it's from 1 to 5 players, and that's something I do like in the game as well. So I'm excited to try this one out. I don't know that much about it, but Labrie, a nice cup of tea, is my number 9. And my number 8 is a game that I'm really excited for. My only problem, I guess, is this, I don't know who to play this with. I do have some friends that sort of like Clank, but yeah, Clank Legacy Acquisition is incorporated. You're gonna have a little corporation of these adventurers going out to find treasure, right? And it's a legacy game, which I do like. I mean, this is such a good idea. I mean, to bring Clank into the legacy theme, or like so put it in a legacy format. It's just such a good idea. Plastic miniatures, that's kind of cool as well. Even though I did like those little wooden meeples with a little sword and all that. But yeah, this looks really cool. Opening secret envelopes and discovering things and changing the game up as you go. Wow, this is gonna be so much fun. I really hope that I can, get some of my gaming group together to actually play this all the way through. I don't want to play a legacy game just once or twice, of course. So yeah, I think this is going to be really cool. I think basically if you like Clank, which I really do, then you're going to like this. I mean, I can't really see why people wouldn't, right? You get to build your deck with fun cards that have fun, with fun themes and all that, and go explore this map, and it's all the push your luck thing, and there's a dragon, and yeah, it's so much fun. So Clank Legacy is my number 8. So number 7. Number 7 is Last Bastion. Last Bastion is the sort of it says re-implements Ghost Stories. It's Ghost Stories with another theme and some changes to it. I really like Ghost Stories, and I played it on the channel in a live stream as well, so you can go check that out if you haven't. And it's really a really hard co-op game, sort of tower defensey game. The one thing I didn't really like about Ghost Stories perhaps is, I mean, people say that it's scary, that the artwork is so scary. I don't know. I think it was kind of bad artwork, to be honest. It looks like something made in the 1980s. I don't like the artwork in that one. I don't like the plastic miniatures. It all felt so cheap in some ways, and I didn't really get into the theme of the game. Last Bastion, though, however, let's talk about that, is going to be sort of more fantasy, medieval style, tower defense. Sounds amazing to me. I like this sort of, let's see if I can get a picture up here. I like tower defenses in general on the computer and so on. So you have these 4 sort of directions that the enemies come from, the monsters and all that. You have your heroes, and it looks like it's nice plastic miniatures this time, and all that. And yeah, you roll dice to beat the enemies. That's maybe perhaps the only, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there would be some other, hand management mechanism or whatever, playing cards that I would enjoy more. But still, really cool co-op game, and I am going to pick this up at Essen Spiel, and I am going to I'll probably do a live stream as well. In December or so, late November, early December, I'll do a live stream. I'll announce it before, so you can watch as I try to beat this game, because it's really hard. But it's a good solo game as well. At least Ghost Stories was. I think this will be as well. So yeah, Last Bastion. I'm excited. Okay, so the next one is, maybe I'm cheating a little bit. I might do that one more time on this list as well, because this is not a new game. This is Pret Aporter, which is the 2nd edition basically coming out. I never played the first one. At first, when I heard about this game, I was really like, what? What is that theme? The fashion industry, dresses and whatnot. That's like on really, really, really low on my interest of kind of themes or like things in life. I don't care at all for like fashion, and especially this kind of, I don't know. But anyhow, I heard so much good things about this game, and it's supposed to be a really good worker placement game. And then I actually checked out, and you can go do that. I checked out a run-through that Rado did for this one, the 2nd edition. And I know that John Gets Games also posted one just recently here, a playthrough for this one. And it looks like a really, really fun worker placement game. And I think the theme, I think I'm going to enjoy the theme anyway, because it's sort of, if you're, at heart, I probably am a Eurogamer, right? I do care a lot about theme, but I think I'm going to enjoy the worker placement part of it, and the whole sort of, gathering stuff, gathering resources, in some interesting ways as well. There's some twists to it's not just a standard worker placement thing here. So, go check out those playthroughs, and of course check out my playthrough once I pick this up at Essen, and I'll post something in November, December, somewhere around there. So yeah, that is Pret Aporter, and now let's head to the next one. And my number 5 is the latest game from Days of Wonder. Days of Wonder just put out like 1 or 2 games, I think, per year. but they do really good stuff. They have really high quality of the components, which is something I care for. Their games look very nice. And Deep Blue seems to be a really interesting game. It's sort of a... You can move around the map with your ships, but then you dive into the Deep Blue and you try to get treasure. And then you have a whole sort of mini game of pushing your luck, drawing things from a bag. And that just looks so fun. Wow, I love push your luck. That's one of my favorites in games. And yeah, here you have the map. And you go around here and, you know, you get sort of special abilities. You pick up these the cards that get you sort of benefits and so on. Like these guys here, and you have to manage your oxygen, and there's also like sea monsters that you have to be careful of, because you know what's in the bag, so you can sort of make, you know, I like push your luck where it's not just random, which is not here. It's like a educated guess. You can sort of in your head make out the odds of not of drawing something that you would like to draw that gets you more gold or money, whatever it's called. Yeah, so Deep Blue, I'm really excited for. That's why it's my number 5. Number 4 is a game called Ragusa. And Ragusa is, I think, was released some places in the world a little bit earlier than Essen. But I haven't seen it in Sweden, at least, to be able to buy it. But Ragusa is a sort of classic Euro with some, you know, worker placement. I think it's defined as worker placement. Yeah, they do it here at least. But it's special in the way that it's not workers. It's sort of buildings you're putting out on a map. And the special thing, in comparison to a lot of worker placement games, is that you don't bring the houses home, basically. You don't bring the worker home. It stays there for the whole game. But it can activate more than once, because you surround these sort of pieces of, as you can see here, either in the city or out in the fields. You surround sort of a resource or a action. And then when someone else or you come and place a second house around that, I think it's 1, 2, 3, it's 6 places around each hexagon, then your house that you placed earlier will activate again. So you can get a lot of nice combo on with this. You're building a wall around the city, you're gathering stuff to refine it into goods, to sell it with like contracts to different merchants. Yeah, it looks nice. And this way, as you can see on this picture, how to organize, or how to keep track of how much production you have of something. I think this is a really good way to do it. Just have these square cards and turn them around to indicate that in this case, I think they're making 4 wood. So yeah, I really like those decisions for design here, and for the components looks nice and all that. There is a playthrough out there, John Gets Games. I always recommend him, but he has done a really good playthrough for this, so go check that out. And of course, check out my playthrough when it comes. But it's going to take a while, of course, since first I have to buy it as Essen. But anyway, I'm really excited for Ragusa. I think this is something I will like a lot, and I think this will fit very well with my gaming group as well. They are really into Euro games and all that, economical simulation, so I think they will like this, and I will probably like it because it's, colorful, nice pieces and all that. So yeah. So let's head to number 3. So time for number 3. This is Orleans Stories. I had no idea that this was coming until just a few weeks ago when I went through the geek preview list. I started reading about it. It's just so cool. I like Orleans. It's a cool game, a bag builder. You draw, basically people or workers from your bag. You assign them to do different tasks, and then you get points in different ways. And it's all this nice medieval setting. And now we're going to have it sort of in a story mode, where so from what I understand, it's like sort of a campaign game. You can get better as you go. It's not a legacy game. You're not going to tear anything up, from what I understand. But yeah, it looks so cool. It looks so nice. It's been a while since I played Orleans, and I do want to play Orleans, the co-op expansion. That's something I would like to try. I haven't done that yet, but there's so many games to play in so few hours in every day. But Orleans Stories is something I'm really excited for, and I'll be sure to pick this one up at Essen Spiel. So that's why it's my number 3. And number 2, and once again I am cheating, because this is a game that I already have. But this is a sort of, I don't know what, they don't even call it, they call it the Castles of Burgundy with expansions. Kind of weird. From what I understand, it's supposed to be some sort of deluxe version, or like a second version. But there's very few pictures out there on the internet. From what we can see here, this looks amazing compared to the first one. However, it looks like it's still these little thin cardboard chits that you place. I don't like those at all. I want like something heavy, or not plastic, but wooden. Basically, I would like to have wooden hexagons that you place. So it's some kind of deluxeification, obviously, but still, and it looks nice. I mean, the artwork looks nice and all that now, as you can see here. But I think in its heart, it's the same game, which is good because it's one of my favorite games. So why not? It's an awesome game. Castle of Burgundy, I think it's Stefan Feld's masterpiece. It's so much fun. I play this so much. You can even play it on Steam these days, even though that's not that fun. I got tired of it pretty fast. But yeah, and also you get all the expansions. I only have like one of the smaller expansions, I think. So there's a lot of fun stuff for me here. A lot of expansions that I haven't tried out, and I think there's a new expansion as well. I think for they're all modular, so there's like a new expansion for those that already played the other one. So yeah, Castle of Burgundy. Bring it on, another Castle of Burgundy. I'm so happy for this. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to play this a bunch during the winter here, I think. So yeah, that's why it's my number 2. But now let's head to number 1. So my number 1, what else could it be? It's Tapestry, of course. It's kind of weird though, because, well, I'm going to explain this. First of all, you might ask, why are you excited for Tapestry? You already did it. I mean, I did 2 solo playthroughs. I did a run through with Drako. I play this, I think, up to almost 10 times by now. But the thing is, I don't own it. I am, I'm a student on my everyday work, so to speak. I'm doing this, YouTubing, of course. I'm trying to build it up, trying to make it a part-time job, but I don't have that much money at hand to just buy all the games that I would like. So when Tapestry was announced, and my friend was going to, because he's a Stone Meyer champion, when he was going to put in an order, he could put in an order for 2 copies. And of course he asked me, and he knows that I like, Stone Meyer games. And at first I said, yeah, sure, of course. But then I had to think about it a bit, and I realized, okay, I'm going to Essen, it's going to go a lot of money at Essen. So I actually, turned it down, and he, another friend picked up the second copy. So, and I was also thinking like, well, there's going to be 2 copies in my gaming group. Do I really need to have one on my own? But then I played Tapestry. I borrowed one of them, and I played it, and I made videos of it. You can go check them out by clicking the little link up there, of course. And I love it. I love Tapestry. It's so good. For me, it's my favorite Stone Meyer game. I think this beats Sight, by a mile. It beats Viticulture, even though Viticulture was my favorite earlier on. Yeah, it's so good. It's such an amazing game. Not because of the theme. I think you could just slap on whatever theme on that game, because, I don't care for the Civilization game theme. I love Civilization games, but this is not a Civilization game in my opinion. This is I don't know what to call it. It's like a Euro climbing meters, doing actions, but it has a Civilization theme on it, which is totally fine with me. I don't mind. I do like that. So anyway, I am really excited because I am going to pick up my own copy at Essen Spiel. I am going to buy my own copy. By now I sort of worked out the economy, so I can see that, okay, I can do this. So yeah, I am going to buy my own copy. I hope that I get one, because I think this one is going to run out fairly quick. I will be there on, early, so I hope I can get myself a copy, because I really want one, especially since I am going to do 10 more solo playthroughs during like some upcoming months. It's going to take some while. I did 2 with a borrowed copy. I don't have that borrowed copy anymore because everybody liked it. So, they want to have their own copies, of course. So it's coming, 10 more solo playthroughs with my Essen copy that I'm going to pick up, and I'm so excited for this. And I think if you haven't tried Tapestry, but you like sort of Stone Meyer games, you like Euro games, you gotta get this one. It's just so good. So yeah, that's my number 1, my most anticipated game being released at Essen Spiel. And wow, I'm so excited for Essen Spiel. It's gonna be awesome. I hope to see you there. If you're there, it would be really fun to hang out with you guys. You can also, of course, send me a message, on Twitter or Facebook, at BGW Niramas, if you want to, like, I don't know, book a meeting. We don't need to have a meeting, but if you want to go out for lunch or whatever, let me know, and we'll make some arrangements. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening or morning, or whenever you're watching, and have a great Spiel.
Be like Drako. Follow Board Games with Niramas on Facebook at BGW Niramas.